There was a boy named Rehan, a quiet dreamer who believed that one day his life would change. He didn't come from a rich family, nor did he have any special advantages. Most days were a struggle. But still, inside his heart, a small spark kept burning, a belief that he was meant for something more. Rehan wasn't the topper in school. He wasn't the fastest, the smartest, or the most confident. Whenever he tried something, he failed. He joined competitions and lost. He applied for part-time jobs and got rejected. Friends who once supported him started walking ahead, leaving him behind with nothing but his silent dreams. Each night, Rehan would lie awake staring at the ceiling, wondering why life felt so unfair. He would whisper to himself, "Maybe I'm not good enough." Those words began to hurt him more than failure ever did. And yet, he carried those thoughts alone, hiding them behind a forced smile. One evening, after another painful rejection, Rehan sat alone in his room, feeling completely defeated. Tears rolled down his face as he asked himself, "Why'd I keep trying?" His heart felt heavy. But then, almost like a quiet inner voice, a thought came to him. Maybe the problem isn't that I'm failing. Maybe the problem is, I'm giving up too early. The next morning, Rehan made a silent promise to himself, not to magically become successful, not to impress anyone, but simply this: I won't quit. It wasn't dramatic. There was no music, no applause. Just a simple promise. Rehan started waking up early. He watched free online tutorials, learning skills he never knew before. He practiced daily, improving little by little. He failed again and again, but this time, he didn't break. Every time life pushed him down, he stood up with more strength. People mocked him, laughed at his small progress, and said he was wasting his time. But Rehan didn't stop. Their voices became background noise. His own determination became louder. Months passed. One day, he applied for a big job, one he had always dreamed of but never felt ready for. The interviews were tough. The competition was strong, and fear whispered to him, "What if you fail again?" Rehan took a deep breath and answered back in his mind, "Then I'll fail. But I won't quit." He walked into the interview room with the quiet confidence of someone who had survived storms no one knew about. He did his best, gave every answer with honesty and effort. And then he waited. Days later, his phone rang. The voice on the other side spoke words he had waited years to hear: "Congratulations. You're selected." Rehan couldn't speak for a moment. Tears filled his eyes, but this time, they were not from pain. They were tears of victory. He hadn't just won a job. He had won against his own fears, his own doubts, his own past.